guys, today I will show you how to hunt burst Spectres on a level 400 plus EK. So let's take a look at the quick breakdown. Experience here is about 7 out of 10, maybe even 8 out of 10 sometimes. Loot is about 5 out of 10, difficulty is about 2 out of 10, this spawn's not very difficult. Same with optimization, it's quite simple, you're basically just running around in a big circle. The only difficulty sometimes is you've got 2 SQM narrow corridor in one section where you sort of just need to navigate the monsters a little bit to make sure you get 5 bugs. Access difficulty is about 4 out of 10. You need to do quite a little bit of the Dream Court quest. Popularity is about 7 out of 10. This place is very popular for lower level team hunt or duos, so it can be a bit hard sometimes to get it, but it's not too bad, it's not too bad. And yeah, this place can be effectively hunted by knights, EK/ED duos, and full team hunts as well. The full team hunts, I think up to about 300, because if you have a full team hunt over level 300, you're probably running out of respawn at that stage. So yeah, only up to about level 300 for the full team hunt, and duos can probably hunt here up until about level 400 or so without running out of respawn. So let's take a look at the results. So the starting level I suggest is 400 plus, but I do think this place is not that terribly difficult. If you're a pretty good player, have good skills, maybe you can start around 300. I would advise using at least one combat prey, so damage or defense, if you come in here at level 300. But do it at your own peril. Don't blame me if it's going to be too hard, but I think it might be possible at level 300. I just didn't try it at that level, so I'm not going to 100% say it's that feasible. In any case, the raw experience you can get here is around 4.5 million. You can see me in my analyzer gain 4.7, and I think 4.7, 4.8 is about the absolute peak, because at that point I was really running out of respawn slowly. So maybe 5 million raw is the absolute peak you can do with the respawn rate at this spawn, but you should probably aim for about 4.5 million raw. And the loot per hour is about 400k per hour. I was actually a little bit unlucky in my analyzer here, because I think in the 200 burst Spectres I didn't get a single hexagonal ruby. So I think maybe even the loot is a little bit better than 400k per hour if you get a bit lucky. And the bestiary will take you about 3.5 hours here when hunting solo. So pretty good, 50 points. So let's move on. The requirements are level 400 plus. As I said, maybe a little bit earlier if you've got quite good skills and equipment. Dream Court's quest up to the haunted house mission, and you will also need a fire weapon. You definitely need your best fire weapon, so this is this is a requirement, because otherwise you're going to be doing pretty poor experience here without a solid fire weapon. Recommended imbuements for me are definitely all the standard ones, crit skill mana, life leech, and definitely ice protection imbue if you're hunting here before level 400. Because, as you can see a little bit lower in the input analyzer, 40% of the damage here is ice. By the way, that worked out really nicely in the input analyzer. I have never seen that before. 50, 40, 10. That's nice. I like seeing stuff like this. So yeah, prioritize physical protection obviously, but ice protection is very important here. Glacier amulets also help greatly, and conveniently they actually drop from the burst Spectres, so you can usually just sustain the glacier amulets just using them from the Spectres. So maybe bring 2 or 3 at the start of the team hunt just in case you're not dropping enough. Yep, so moving on, supplies. I don't use too many Supreme Health Potions here, because at my level I find this spawn quite easy, but I would still recommend bringing 20, 30, 40 per hour at least, and about 2,500 Strong Mana Potions per hour. Charmed, obviously I suggest Inflame on Burster. Low Blow will be fine as well. The wheel I use is just the Exile Mask cooldown reduction, basically, because you're trying to box as much as possible. And the character you will see in the video is a level 560 EK with 128 axe skill with loyalty and no praise active. And before we get to the route, just a quick shout out to all my YouTube members. Thanks for all the support, guys. In Rookstayer we have Jedor and Kruche, and in RPG player supporters we have Paput94 and Last Kiss 51. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for your support. It allows me to continue making videos such as this one. And now let's take a look at the route. So you can see the little blue dots. They are the places where I normally do the pulls. So when you come in, you sort of come up here, you do a pull around here, so go to the north, and then I basically just go counterclockwise. So I turn right here, do a pull here, then do a pull here. On this one here, make sure to pull out a couple of monsters from here. So I usually do a little bit of a little bit of an insertion, let's say, to the left and pull out a couple of extra monsters. Then I go to the north and I'll usually do a pull somewhere around here, not necessarily in the same spot every time. It depends on when the monsters come from. Then go further west, do a pull around here, then down south and a little bit east. So this one is quite important where you do it, so make sure you're watching the video the exact spot I do it, because this for some reason it works really nicely with monsters coming from all around you. Then I go a little bit north here. Again, I'll usually just do a little dip in there to see if I can pull out an extra Spectre from there. I go here, then go back south, do a pull here, and then I go all the way south again, do another pull here, and then I basically restart and do a little loop like this. Like I said, it's about 4.5 million before the respawn starts slowing down. So yeah, around level 400 you should be more or less able to max out the respawn. Yeah, that's everything I have for you now. I will play you the video, so thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.